at Central High School here. Yep, I want to get closer here, but I'm cabled, so I have to stay close to the view. Okay. No, I'm by myself. Let me see if I got no cable here. Can I dial in on 11 again? Mike. How are you?
Who was here a couple years ago to give us
Yeah, I remember talking with Mom. They still have me on Facebook, so.
Here we are.
see that, Mike?
Hi, Jessica.
So, are you hooked? Do we need to bring him over here?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hey, how are you, Danny? How are you? Hey, how are you?
Are you guys ready to do something now, Jeff?
Chief will do something.
Yeah, okay.
Just need you guys to get lined up. Hi, where are you?
We gonna do a face
Oh, Mike?
Well,
Live right now. You can tell, but he's ambling over here. And I think instead of looking straight back,
Oh, yeah. You guys want to flip around? Because he's going to be
Yeah,
back
I'm
with
telling you.
Sorry.
well, that's it for me. They're spinning them around, but I ain't got no more cable. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to have to break off. Oh, okay. Thanks.
probable cause for FBI
For our Facebook friends, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for staying with us. We are getting close to getting Police Chief Hank Stawinski in front of the camera. So in just a matter of moments here, we will have the Chief of Prince George's County Police briefing the media, briefing you at home on the situation here at Central High School.
Good morning. I just want to come to the community as quickly as I was able to with facts. This situation has stabilized. No one is in danger. The students have been returned to their classrooms. The school is stable and calm. Earlier today, about an hour ago, there was an interpersonal dispute involving, at this point, 3 students. And in that dispute, a fight evolved. During that fight, one of those students was able to produce a small knife, and 2 students during that fight were wounded. They are not life-threatening wounds, but it is a serious matter that this wounding occurred in the school. After that confrontation, the individual who was possessing the knife turned himself in to the leadership of the school. And that individual is currently having conversations with my investigators. The 2 students that were wounded were transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. They are receiving treatment at this point, and they are expected to recover. The situation in the school, again, is stable. Students have been returned to their classrooms. There are not fights going on in the school. And I have the superintendent of schools, Dr. Kevin Maxwell, here with me to answer any questions that parents or the community might have about the rest of the day here at Central High School. And I'm obviously here for you to answer any questions about the events. But those are the facts that I have right now for our community. Again, bearing in mind that we are just over an hour into this event, and we are working hard to get you additional answers. So with that, I'll answer any questions, and I'll ask Dr. Maxwell if he has anything he wants to add.
Chief, we were told initially three students stabbed here at the scene.
My information is 2 students received injuries, 3 students were involved.
Can you describe the weapon? You said it was a small knife. How big was the blade?
My information, it is a small knife, 2-inch, 3-inch. That's preliminary. Again, as you all know, we have a relationship. I provide facts as soon as I have them. I have a small knife, 2 to 3 inches. That may change, but right now, that's what I know.
So he turned himself in. Was this some sort of a self-defense kind of thing that he...
And I will answer that question when I know, but at this point, all I can say is that I have an interpersonal dispute between 3 young people. 1 produced a knife, 2 were injured, 2 are being treated, and 1 is being interviewed right now by my investigators.
The nature of the dispute at all? How it started?
I don't have that yet. I wanted to get facts to parents and the community about the state of affairs with these young people who were injured. When I have that information, you know, I'll come back to you.
And Chief, just to be clear, the young person who produced the knife was injured?
I will not answer that right now because it's not clear to me, but I can tell you authoritatively that 2 of the students were injured and are receiving treatment, non-life-threatening injuries.
And their genders all males?
At this point, there is another component to this story that extends beyond this event, so I'm going to allow this to develop before I answer that question, if that's fair. You have a question? Sorry.
In the classroom or in the hallway of the school?
My understanding, this occurred in a hallway.
And was it 2-on-1 or were they all arguing amongst themselves?
And again, as soon as I know, I'll come back and provide those facts, but right now I have a dispute between 3 young people, 2 injured, 1 in custody, being interviewed, but we haven't drawn conclusions about all of those dynamics just yet. And again, for the community's sake, we're just over an hour into this, and we have investigators there right now working on getting you those answers.
Dr. Maxwell, your thoughts this morning?
So I would just, first of all, thank the chief. We have a very good working relationship. We have plenty of help here this morning. We have additional school security here. We have plenty of police officers and other supports here. And the school is, as Chief said, it is, kids are in classrooms. It is stable. Everything is, safe inside the school. We're going to, continue, as the chief said, to make sure that we know all of the dynamics of what happened this morning, and we plan to run the rest of the school day. We know sometimes there are parents who want to touch base with their kids and those kinds of things, and when we lift the lockdown, we'll do our best to do that in an orderly fashion. If parents are, wanting to just make sure everything is okay, with their own children, which we certainly understand those parent concerns, but we are going to work hand in glove with the police department, as we always do, to make sure that we get all the answers that they need and provide whatever resources we can to support the police, who at this point are the lead agency in this investigation.
I had a chance to chat with some parents over there, and yeah, they're concerned. They want to get a hold of their children. And they were also voicing opinions about security and how could a knife get into school and so on and so forth. Can you address the level of security that you have here, and will there be any thought to increase in the short term or long term?
So, we'll probably have some additional security here, but, in terms of how do things get in schools, we do not, nor do we really have intention of doing right now, like metal detectors at every single door and those kind of things. I will tell you, as a long-time school-based employee, most of that in this school district, most of the time our kids are very good about telling us when there are things in the building that shouldn't be in the building. I was just here at this school about a week ago, visiting the school and walking the building. It's been very well run, and things have been going very smoothly at the school.
Are these problem students? Do they have any history of any problems in the school or with you?
As the chief said, we know very little about that part right now, and we'll continue to investigate it.
The person who turned himself in, what did he say to the administrators?
I do not know. I do not know.
Was there a school-wide alert over cell phone, email, text?
I think that the school was placed on lockdown. My guess is over the PA system, that people were told to lock down, remain in the classrooms, and that people went into the hallways and cleared those hallways and took people back to classroom. We don't have, like colleges and universities, dormitories and other places on the campus. It's all inside one building here at the school, and typically those things take place over a public address system.
School resource officer was here, was one of the people who responded immediately and brought this situation to a quick resolution. once we understood the dynamic. We were able to bring a trauma kit to the scene immediately for the injuries, which again turned out to be non-life threatening, but the officers involved did apply the trauma kit, so we immediately provided an advanced level of aid. But at the conclusion of this, I just want to make sure I'm clear to the community and to the parents out there, this situation is stable. The students have been returned to their classrooms. There are not fights. There are not people wandering the halls. It is stable and calm. And now we are doing the deliberate work of piecing together what this event was about so that we can come back and explain it and then hold responsible individuals accountable.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Maxwell, where were we in the school day? Like, were they in class? Were these kids supposed to be in school?
I don't know whether they were between classes or in classes. School starts fairly early in the morning.
You don't know if it was like a hallway full of kids or...
No. Well, I don't know if they were at a bell change.
You don't know.
They could be. I just don't know the answer to the question.
That's what I always do.